Exercise number 1 in the warm-up is vibrational bouncing. We're bouncing our pressure through our heels, not our toes, allowing everything to be loose and shake so that all the muscles and nerves get warmed up and are ready to go. If you do nothing else, this one should probably be a must. 30 seconds. Abdominal rotations. We're actually utilizing the hip to draw the biggest circle we possibly can as you roll up and around the front. Try to make a perfect circle, doing 10 each side. This is warming up the core and the hips. Good. Exhale through the tough parts. In and out shoulder rotations. Arms are extended straight overhead. Biceps back behind the ears if possible. We're rotating the elbows and palms out and the elbows and palms in, opening up the armpit and closing the armpit, warming up the internal joint in the shoulder. Exhaling on both the in and the out. Minimum 10, 30 seconds maximum. Rotations, supine, 90-90, hip rotations. Feet go from flat on the ground and pivot on the edge of the feet, bringing the knee down towards the opposite ankle. Palms are flat for stability. Go with a range of motion that is comfortable to you, exhaling as you relax into the motion, freeing up those muscles to release. Ten each side. Moving on to warm up the muscles in the lower body, we're doing body squats. Feet are a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Toes can be pointed slightly out. Make sure your knees line up with your toes, but don't travel over them. Your knees stay over your ankle as your hips go back. Go with a range of motion that's comfortable for you, and continue to try to increase that range of motion over time. Breathe in on the way down, out on the way up. We're doing 10 to 20 of these until you feel you are completely warm. Keep that back arched and chest up the entire time. Next, we're going to move into warming up the hips with squat bouncing. You should be light and loose and free, letting you go down as far as possible each time as you exhale. With just a light little bounce, taking the weight onto the glutes and the hips. Try to keep your feet flat and knees in line with the toes. You're going to do 10 to 15 of these. Next, we move on to standing knee rotations, warming up the knees and ankles, trying to bring the knees over the toes and behind the ankles as much as you can while staying in a bent position. Do 10 each direction. Exhaling through the hard parts. Full arm circles, going backwards first, back of the hands together, up and around for big circles. Knees are bent, hips are back, weight is on the heels, chest is lightly forward. Go with a range of motion that best fits you. And then we'll move forward. Palms come open and over. Doing 10 in each direction. Warming up the muscles and shoulder complex as well. The next one, we're doing scorpions. Arms are extended out to the side and flat, keeping the shoulders on the ground the entire time. We're taking the leg and moving it up towards, through the center of the body, the opposite side hand without lifting the shoulders. We're warming up the lower back and spine this way. Do not be fixated on how far you get the foot up, but how far you can get it up with your shoulder maintaining on the ground. And over time, it will increase. 10 each side. The last one is turn and reach to the sky. This one we're keeping our hips down the entire time. Feet are wide for stability. We're rotating that hand over and across to 90 degrees, line with our shoulder, and reaching up towards the ceiling, rotating the upper spine and keeping the hips on the ground. Exhaling as you go up, listening to your muscles and joints in the shoulder and back as you go. Eyes are going to stay on the fingertips of the hand that's moving always. 10 each side. And lastly, do any other warm-up motions that you feel your body needs. Shoulder rolls front and back. Or neck rotations, figure eights. And maybe ankle rotations in each direction. And now you're ready for your workout. You're all warmed up. Have a good one.